I searched the destroyed bed on top, sheets, and underneath.
They're all kind of the same right now.
They kind of got struck by lightning.
Bigly.
I said before, it was pretty sweet. It was a great mental image.
Oh, okay. So you said you searched the bed from before.
No, I said earlier that the mental image of the bed getting destroyed was pretty great.
Unfortunately, the remains of the bed are still charged, so you take 1d6 lightning damage.
Okay, go ahead
Don't
and roll
give
it.
him ideas.
Go ahead and roll for the damage, Kurt.
Protest this.
I don't care. Alright, I will add... Dibia has rolled a 2. I did not ask for him to roll, but I will add it to whatever it is that Tahala rolls.
Roll 0d0. There you go. 2 damage. How the fuck would wooden beds, along with like fucking stuffing, feathers, and all that stuff, be charged electrically still?
I think the rule is that if you don't roll with the DMS, he rolls a higher dice. It's in the player's handbook.
Yeah, it's in there.
James and Cassius are fucking standing on it. They should take damage too, if I am.
They're not searching it. They decide to leave good well enough alone.
Dude sleeping with the fucking key. Or is, well, I guess it's fuck David who's sleeping with the fucking key.
I hope he wasn't sleeping with the key, otherwise this will be awkward.
Ugh. Have to make it worse. Jesus.
Let's see.
Yeah, for some reason Tailspire scales weirdly with OBS, so I'll have to fix that before next time.
Hey, are these 2 dressers over here? Should be searching them too.
Now I mentioned, hey, I found the key.
Oh boy. We still have one more room to search though.
Outside of that, so yeah, you see Sky sort of like pull out like an object in each hand. One of them like a small leather pouch, the other what seems to be like a long like a stem of metal with a strange like lump of like with another like lump of metal at the end of it, like shaped in an octagon. At the same time, Tal is searching through the remnants of the bed, sort of like lifting up Charlie's legs and like, you know, like looking, like sweeping his fingertips like under Cassius's, like limbs, trying to like outline around him, see if there's anything he's laying on top of.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
But unfortunately, it would seem that anything that could have been hidden either around or under the bed, if there was anything, would have been likewise scorched to ribbons by the blast of lightning. And you know what? Let's just let's amp up the damage there. And shkaboo, shkaboo. There we go.
I'm floating. Oh my god.
You're a witch.
No.
Of a bitch.
You watch as Cassius throws himself out of the second-story hole.
He has to get away from that woman.
Just get away from Tala.
Nice knowing him. I'm gonna search.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
No, I'm not down there. I'm up here.
Okay, make an athletics check to try and climb back up.
What's in the dress?
Inside the pouch, what you find is it seems to be a hidden coin pouch. Not really much more to it. But, so you sort of like knock it out into your hand. What you find are 6 large metallic coins that are of a very strange make. It seems to be a weird mix of different metals. Each bear a strange stamping to it. Not different on its own, but not one that you would recognize. So perhaps from some different municipality or otherwise that either has vanished with time or is just not something you're accustomed to. But the coins seem to be a mix of platinum and gold. And it seemed to have a rather delicate pattern to them, which would almost add as much to their value as the metals themselves.
Hey, collector coins.
You could treat each of them as valued at 10 gold pieces.
My platinum was there.
Nice. CT just heard platinum.
I know there's a... Blah, blah, blah. Out there's just talking about.
Blah, 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 blah.
He's
We
busy
found- I
thinking of
found-
ways to make Torm work with Conquest.
I found 6 very decorative gold and platinum coins that were valued at 10 gold each. I guess we'll just split them.
Yeah,
6 of us.
us.
Hey, that worked.
Are we sure
if
these ones aren't cursed?
You find 5 coins.
Everybody but Tala gets one. After all, Tala's gonna hit it big on the used furniture market after this.
Magea's first session of Antiques Roadshow.
Hey,
Alrighty.
look at the dressers.
At the same time, you're sort of like sifting through the pouch, Narissa. Cassius walks over and throws the door to the bedroom open, revealing beyond the foyer. Ooh, the
Foyer goes
centerpiece of any house.
Is the foyer ghost here too?
No, it's not me. It's the portrait of Alfred von Braun. Ooh. And you see like these spectral arms sort of like reach out of one of the paintings and kind of like reach out at you, kind of like waving around.
Cassius looks at the ghost that hasn't done anything slightly spooky, and this ghost looks at the door.
Is there anything
Hey.
in the dressers I'm trying to look for?
Did you say you were doing that, or is it just something you're just saying now angrily?
I said that like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, you were
You
AFK.
said you were searching the bed.
You were AFK
okay.
when you said that.
Also, he didn't say it.
Let's see here. In the cabinet, you seem to be what, like piles of like hung up and otherwise tattered, ripped apart clothing. Stuff that seems to have just fallen apart from age. One of the things that does catch your eye is that some of the clothing, not more intact than the others, but would lead itself to be seen as some sort of black robe.
Oh boy, spooky cultist nonsense.
As you do that, you hear a low creaking sound. As Cassius pushes open the door to the final room on the second floor. And hold still.
Watch out, boys. We're dealing with the Black Cloak Society.
Suddenly beds in a bookcase appear. Oh my god.
What was the name of like the society from like you shouldn't be afraid of the dark? The Midnight Society?
Are you afraid of the
Yeah.
dark? And yeah, it was the Midnight Society. Black Cloak Society was the fucking evil, like, wizard association from King's Quest that never went anywhere.
Oh, fair enough.
It was
I mean,
just 6, I think.
TT probably prefers it. So that was a Canadian show, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hear fucking Duolingo. Are you trying to learn a language while running this?
Yeah.
You lied to me.
Did you miss that night he came in here and said, "What is up, my bakas?"
Or Konichi Wasa.
Konnichiwa, what's up?
He's learning the
God.
language of a bunch of xenophobic fucking pirates so he can understand hentai better.
Pirates?
Yes.
I
Anyway,
think that would be the most kind way to describe the Japanese. Yeah.
I mean, it's an excuse to watch a bunch of anime, I guess.
anyway, onto something that makes more sense. The spooky ghost-filled house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, as you
I did
sort of
not
throw open the door,
understand.
what you find in front of you is a large, spacious bedroom. You can see that, like many of the other rooms before, it's filled with dust and cobwebs. On one of the walls, you see an old, stained dresser next to what seems to be some sort of trash bin, and an old fireplace again.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see anything interesting?
On the other wall is a large, musty bed with a decrepit end table next to it. And you can see from a stiff, and you can see as much as you can feel a large hole broken into one of the far windows through which a cold breeze blows through.
I'm gonna go check out the end table.
Have eyes for decoration. You sure you want to do the perception thing?
I have a +2 perception rolls. So I'll be
Cassius, you didn't put holes in your mask. Are you sure you want to?
I'm
One
looking
for-
at
I
the
will
end
check the
table.
trash can.
See.
8. It's an end table. Maybe.
If only someone could have predicted you rolling shit.
They
See.
didn't let me have one of these in my manor.
Quick, throw it out the window. Take it with us.
May I join them or am I still?
No.
Oh, yeah, you can join them.
If we poke holes in this mask, can he see better?
Hey, I found a closet.
So let's see.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
just
open
run
it.
Well, let's let things happen one at a time. How
Yeah,
about?
we'll whip. Because you decide to like look over the dressing, or end table, sorry, wanting to make sure that there's nothing amiss about it. Sort of run your eyes sort of about it, a quick glance side to side, sort of staring down at it, much as you would any other piece of trash you come across. Nothing seems amiss, and you feel that if the intent were to fool you, Torm would have warned you.
Hey, Tala, this is a rundown piece of trash. You want to take it with us? You can try to sell it in town.
It's not lab equipment, it's not books, it's not a chest full of belt buckles that could be restored, it's not porcelain figurines. So let me know if you find the silverware, because there was no silverware that we used. I'm very specific about what I'm looking.
There was silverware.
The skeletons did seem to prefer finger food.
But I mean, so I'm wondering if there's a set of silverware. That'd be
Silverware on the
valuable. We
table.
could melt it down at the worst.
Silverware on the table.
They really enjoyed snack rats.
Yes. Put the silverware in front of the skeletons that are probably still alive. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Or
Yeah.
stained
Necklace
silverware.
off of the neck of the big ones.
Is it something
I mean,
you wanted to open?
I can kill them all, but
Yeah, I'll open it.
Okay, the fireball explodes.
There's a mimic. It's actually a mimic. I just pull on its mouth.
Oh, it's a spooky haunted thing. Oh,
Six
Go.
slightly to the left.
Okay, so did
Let me move this aside for no reason. It's fine.
it actually move or?
You can't tell. Your nerves.
Hey, let me put this down too for no reason.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, CT, you were right.
That's a really good model.
I know, right? I love
Fucking great.
when I have to give myself a token. It's my GM token's been the mimic so far for like testing how maps work. But so you open the end table, Cassius, and you just sort of hear like a light sort of clattering. It would seem like it's almost entirely empty, nothing really left. There's what seems to be a rather ornate-looking letter opener.
I'll take it.
And there is also 6 silver pieces.
And I'll give everybody else a silver piece.
5 silver pieces. I keep saying 6. Everything is 6. Cassius, there's 6 Cassiuses.
Ooh, it's a lot of Cassius. That's a lot of
Fireplace.
people for you to get in trouble for resisting arrest.
There's like 13 fire fucking places in the south. So anyway,
Fun
So-
fact: 6 Cassius equal me and Ursa in perception.
so likewise, Sky. So there is a trash bin and there is a dresser.
I'm kind of curious what's in the trash bin.
Trash.
It's just going.
Dresser's the obvious choice, so I'm going to choose the other one. I can check the dresser afterwards.
That's right. Good, because the book doesn't give me a description of the trash receptacle. It just
Charlie,
says it's there. It fucked me up.
You can just say it's empty.
Charlie's
Well,
curious
that's
about
good.
that giant dodecahedron next to the fireplace.
I too am curious.
On a,
More
related
look, the
subject-
dodecahedron turns into a lizard man.
On a related subject, were any of the robes in serviceable order?
No, everything so far, like the clothing, was just like completely like moth eaten. It was enough that perhaps with like extensive patching you could, but realistically you'd be just as well off making or buying a new one.
Understood. The only reason I want it is to try and pose as one of the creepos that runs the place. But if it's not serviceable, what's the point, you know?
Inside the trash bin, Sky, looking through it, sort of sifting through, you find that most of whatever was kept in there seems to have been eaten away by time. But one thing that seems to remain intact, attached to what seem to be clumps of mold or mildew, are wax seals.
I guess I can try and look at one of them. Is it like, does it have that sun symbol on it?
So there are 3 distinct symbols that you can see. One of them is the aforementioned sun symbol, but very specifically at like midday, like just or like either morning or dusk, like cresting the horizon. The other seems to be a very intricately emblazoned or symbol of an M, which what seems to be a type of plant of some sort underneath it. You can give me a nature check to see if you would recognize it. Specifically, I'll say if you're proficient with nature skill.
Before your ghost mentioned a dude named Merrick, right?
Never mind. I have a decent intelligence modifier, but I'm not proficient in nature.
It's one of those things where it's like it's a combination of like the imprint not being good enough to really tell, and like when it's not like a specific focus on plants, you wouldn't really have a chance.
Oh, let me know when you're at the end of everyone's queued up actions. I was gonna do something.
Okay. And the last one seems to be the main feature of this last one is that it's in a different color of ink, meaning that it was either sent by or received from someone else. This one seems to have been, once upon a time at least, a very luscious, golden-esque wax seal. That seems to be, from what you could guess, from what you've seen, like the seal of like a duke or minor lord. It just has a large sort of L emblazoned onto it. What seems to be like a claw or either a claw or some sort of like gesture of something moving through the air. You're unsure.
Well, once I'm done looking through this stuff, I'm gonna make a quick note of that. Just a quick description of the seals.
The cabinet, likewise, matching the one from before, is filled with tattered clothing. Several pieces of which seem to be, or one of which seems to have been a singular black robe. This one, likewise, is moth-eaten and weathered away by time. It seems to have weathered it fairly well. And you can see that the edges of it, like the sleeves, the neck opening, whatever that's called, all the hemmings, I should say, seem to have a slightly like glittering fabric woven into them to give it a slightly lighter color.
Hey, free cloak.
Likewise, we go over to Ta'ala as he presses open the closet door. Unfortunately, Ta'ala, once again you're greeted by more moth-eaten clothing. These ones, you could tell, having been once rather elegant and well taken care of, are now nothing more, or were nothing more than insect food.
I'm gonna still search. Check to see if anything remains. I mean, we found some coins in the one downstairs, so I mean, it's worth
So
checking.
check the floor for compartments.
That's fair enough.
There you go. What should I roll?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Alright, let's take a look here. Here's my list. Investigation 0, so I can just roll this straight up.
You sift through several of the piles, like tossing clumps side to side, and eventually you find yourself only looking at like a slightly mildew-stained wooden floor. There was nothing hidden in the piles and rags, only rotted clothes as far as you could see.
Alright.
With that, what were you thinking, John?
I had two things in mind. One, what did Lex say the foyer ghost's real name was?
Petrikov.
Okay. Okay, if I hold control, it wouldn't pick up my token when I clicked on him. I was gonna walk out into the foyer and say his name and ask, you know, like, hey, was this Merrick's room?
So you sort of like calling out for Petrikov. The first thing you see is like from one of the paintings. I'll say over here. You first see like a large, like sort of bulbous nose, sort of like passing through the painting, and then his face kind of like sheepishly comes through the wall, seeming to find it. I don't know. He seems perhaps bashful by the fact that you called him by his real name. He sort of leans out rather sheepishly and sort of looks at you, staring back to the room. He said he would go on to explain that was the late master of the home's bedroom, or he should be more specific. It was Merrick's parents. In the later years after the passing of his parents, he used it as a guest chamber, allowing people to stay there. But Merrick mostly locked himself away in this other room across the hall.
It
Charlie,
says something
may I take
about
over?
what we found there. What was that?
May I take over? I had some other questions.
I was actually gonna say one more thing. I guess I would like take a crack at the closet and investigate it because ghosts can't get you if I hide under the coats. But would you want me to put that off till like we make another round of actions, or?
You can go for it.
Yeah, I'll just let Durgan start a fight with the ghosts.
No. I don't intend to start a fight with him.
24.
You decide to very carefully pick through the scattered fabrics, sifting through, just trying to find perhaps what could have been missed. Give to Allah some credit. There wasn't much more that should or could be seen. But for your trouble, you find yourself with 5 small chains that seem to have been decorative pieces of decorative pieces attached to clothing. They seem to be tarnished, which could imply that they're silver in nature. But you're not sure what they would be worth.
Hey, 5 tarnished chains, that works. It's pronounced Petrikov, right?
Okay, they go with my one big chain.
That is, yes.
Alright. If Dibs is good, I'm gonna speak to our friend in the foyer.
Alright.
You good, Dibs?
Hit me up, big boy.
Yeah, that's all I had planned. Go show him that you do have balls after all.
Drop trap.
I think that would achieve the opposite of what I'm trying to go with here, so we'll save that for later.
Trying to go with no balls.
I'm trying to go with being polite.
It can't be gay if there's no balls to touch.
You know what? Before I leave, I drop my pants and gesture to my crotch and say, "Here's my balls. You can suck them."
Canonically, do you not wear underwear?
He's gonna use his perception. Let's see if he can see him. Do it, CT.
Yeah, it was the ghost who said you had no balls.
Alright, Ghost has to roll on.
At least a dozen times since then because he's a fucking retarded chimpanzee.
Now, to be fair, it's worked every single time at making you not continue about whatever it is you were saying.
Unit or balls.
Well, they're screwing around. This guy's gonna check that cloak to see if there's any telltale signs of magic.
Okay, you don't have. Oh, okay. Telltale signs of magic. I thought you
Just an arcana.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna ask about the make of it or something like that. I was gonna say, oh, okay, you can have proficiency with Taylor's tools, but then I remembered the terrible truth about this group.
Look, I have proficiency. I've used my tool proficiencies.
No one's good at anything.
I'm good at making forgeries.
Good at
Okay,
looking
yeah.
at things.
Cloak, it's a scarecrow now. Roll initiative. All right.
I look at things real good.
So, real quick, Dirty, what are you asking Petrikov?
What do we think of Petrikov?
He's asking what Durgan's going to ask Petrikov. Is he disconnecting?
Stroking out.
Oh no, guys, he went to find his balls.
And he got lost on the way.
Alright, so I guess you can go ahead and actually, you know what? You can tell just by the nature of them, their tattered, sort of like moth-eaten appearance. They themselves aren't magical. Or at least the robes aren't. But you can see that the hemming is still rather perfectly intact. It may not be magical, but you can perhaps take a guess that maybe some sort of metallic thread or otherwise treated material was used to actually do the hemming work on it.
Okay. From what I guess I misunderstood the description. I thought it was more or less intact.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why that's why I was thinking it may have been magic.
No, yeah, the robe, like most of the robe is like just as moth-eaten as like the last robe, but the hemming is perfectly intact. But it doesn't seem to be magical in nature.
Oh well.
Yeah, maybe you could use the metal thread in it for something else.
Strangle someone real good.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know, try it.
It'd be a strength check for you.
Like a hero. I saw Durgan's
You're
mic light up.
strong enough. Can you make their snap the neck off? Or
Really, you just need to be strong enough to push them off something.
Your mic's lighting up, Durgan, but I don't see you saying anything. I don't hear you saying anything. Maybe your mic's all fucky? Or, well, I mean, something's picking up that you're talking, so I don't know. Maybe you muted yourself on... No, you're not muted, so I don't know.
And maybe his headset or whatever has a button that mutes him. I've done that a few times.
Fair. I'm sure he can figure it out.
He's typing something into text chat.
I got booted while I was taking a whiz.
Tried disconnecting and reconnecting.
Yeah, try that. Anyway, what are other people doing while we're here? Just a second. Oh, I can hear you.
I'm just kind of waiting for more information for what we're doing.
You are very quiet all of a sudden.
Can I check out the hole in the window, see if maybe there's anything that indicates what caused it, or if it was just a rock?
Why?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I apologize. I restarted Tailspire and said waiting for adventure to begin, and it just flat out timed out on me.
Is it doing that thing again?
I'm rejoining now, so let me know if you see something pop up that you have to enable or something like that.
It shows you on the list, so it knows you're trying. But while you do that, so yeah, what were you thinking of saying to Petrikov?
Let's see. I'm going to re-enter the hallway and say, Mr. Petrikov, I believe I was mistaken before. This is actually a very nice, well-maintained foyer.
That's a strange heel turn, but I accept it.
I mean, how often do you find such a well-maintained residence like this?
Let's not push our luck here. I know the state of things. Ooh.
Merrick must appreciate your work.
You see Petrikov sort of like lean out of the painting now, like fully, just kind of like staring at you.
And unrelated to that, it's just waiting for the adventure to begin. Let's see, it's frozen again. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so maybe it's letting me in. Nope.
Try joining a different board other than joining the main one. Or is it not letting you join the campaign as a whole?
No, I was able to join the campaign, but it says waiting for adventure to begin.
Hmm.
Now everything's black.
Oh, I mean, that means you popped in, probably, maybe.
I can see the pathway that you built leading up to the manor, but that everything.
Try clicking
else,
on your token.
I can't click on anything right now.
Oh, it may have unassigned the token.
Yeah, it doesn't normally. GM tools. Player permission. Turn it off and on again.
I just moved closer again, but it's still spinning.
Oh, you just loaded in as Ta'ala.
Try holding your middle mouse button and turning the camera.
Okay, I can do that because I can see the roof and I see like two fires on the roof, but that's extended.
Oh, where's the little green thing on the bar?
I don't have the bar at all. Like, I don't have any of the usual options you'd expect.
Try pressing
stream it to us?
spacebar.
Let's see.
Gastal is dead now.
So did Petrikov react at all to what I said? There we go. Thank God.
Hooray!
Beta is beta.
Myself out.
Yeah, as you said, they sort of like lean down, just kind of like staring at you, like through the wall.
So
Then
you're
you fall
really,
down the stairs.
really trying this, huh?
I'm just trying to get more information out of them. I mean, I assume Merrick is the head of this household, obviously, just based off what you said before.
Yes. Merrick took care of the home once his parents were gone. It was here that he founded his church.
He's a religious man now.
Yes, I believe Lex went over this. Ooh.
Makes you wonder why Lex doesn't know that you're a ghost.
And we told her. She knows now.
She
And
knew the whole time. She's just a dick.
And did the new master treat the place as well as the old master?
I was wondering where Durgan is going with this conversation.
Merrick was a good custodian who brought new people under his sway. Many new members to the church. Oh.
Can I ask a question, Iltis?
Yeah, what's up?
Did that journal list the name of the guy who wrote it?
What you saw is what I have.
Okay.
Is there anything weird about the hole in the window? Like, did something go in or something come out?
Yeah, so here, let's cut back over to this real quick. So Cassius, you step over to like the hole in the window wanting to investigate a little bit more. A lot of the house is in disrepair, but you haven't seen anything necessarily broken so far. Or at least with the structure. So you walk over to the window and you sort of like peek through the hole a little bit, and you can actually see this like sort of like black tuft on the other side. It's a even with dark vision, you can see that it's just sort of this like little blob of blackness just outside the window, sort of
shine
like
the
out
lantern
into the
over it?
left. Can you shine what at it? I'm sorry, I was burping.
The lantern?
Yeah, sure. So you take the lantern from before, like still giving off light, and sort of like hold it up, and you can see that like in the light illuminates what seems to be like this light glistening look, and you pretty quickly recognize it now with the light on it as feathers, and you actually see like the little blob sort of like shift slightly and sort of like turn. You see this crow sort of like facing it. Caw!
Well, that's where that cawing noise has come from.
I don't think a crow can make a hole in a window. That's weird.
Maybe it's a really strong crow.
Evil magic crows can.
Yeah, maybe it works out.
Oh shit, it's snuggly.
Maybe that crow's been lifting weights.
I
Do
don't
you
think
even
it's a
lift crow?
I don't think it's a crow gesturing to the dead Baddock in the hallway.
Well, I'm gonna lower my lantern because it doesn't seem to be going to jump through the window at me. So, is there anything I could tell? Anything interesting out on the roof here, other than the crow, or is that it?
Just taking a glance out the window, you can see that the roof, like much of the house, is in disrepair, but otherwise in decent enough condition. Nothing seems off. Nothing seems terribly amiss about the structure as a whole, other than simply the fact that it's here. And the big ass hole in the wrist glass in it earlier, but we're not going to focus on that too much.
Anyway, Dragon, continue your conversation. Guy will ask what she wants to ask afterwards.
But so yeah,
No,
to answer
feel
the
free to
question, like
interject.
as like a bullet point. Merrick was a fine custodian of the house. He was always worried about being the last of his line. Never wed or had children, and just seemed to be very intent on just having new members of the church. The one that Lex mentioned earlier,
Including yourself.
including Petrikov himself.
But no, seriously, feel free to interject, Scott.
I was going to take out that journal she found. Do you recognize this?
You guys need to ask more long form questions. I'm trying to. But then you
That's
see him sort of like
appropriate.
lean forward, and he would say, "It's clearly a journal of sorts, but it's not one that I recognize."
We found it in that room that was nailed shut. Who lived there? Or who worked there?
He kind of like glances over to the other room. It's not one that I've ever been into, he would say, and sort of go on to state that there are limits, even now, to what he can see. But when he was an active member at the house, he never saw anyone go into or out of the room.
Probably not. There was a secret entrance in Merrick's room that led to that. It's probably was always nailed shut.
Did Merrick always have such exotic guests gesturing to the dead product?
He sort of like motion to the floor, and you can see that Petrikov sort of like looks and like stares, and he just kind of like stares at it rather confusedly. And he asks it what it is that you mean.
Well, I mean, from what my feline friend here has told me, this creature is not native to this region of the world. It's
I mean, it's an undead abomination. It's not native to anything.
But that said, it would not be seen here. It would be seen in her native lands, if anywhere. So
I mean, that's
something like this
true.
here,
You see
I'm not
Petrikov
sure you
kind
can
of,
even.
yeah, you see Petrikov kind of like shake his head. No, like you're sort of like going the wrong direction. I can't. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Ooh.
It doesn't look like anything to me.
I focused too much of this guy's voice on the gag, and I don't know what to do with his voice outside of that.
They look like monsters to you?
they look like small, adorable orphan children to me. Ooh.
that makes it worse. That makes Merrick like Michael fucking Jackson.
But no, he you get the implication that he doesn't see what it is you're talking about.
I just kind of interject. The reason I brought the journal up is I wanted to know if you knew what was in it. Clearly, you don't. It contains some rather disturbing information. This guy's going to show it, especially show him the line about the capturing and harvesting the souls of the farmers for the ritual.
So you sort of you hold up the journal, like turning to the proper page, and holding it up to Petrikov here, and you see like as the journal sort of like gets closer, like close enough to him, you can see this like clear line form, almost like a slice is cut out like perfectly where his eyes would otherwise be. And you see them grow this like strange translucent, like as the slice of his head becomes like oddly translucent, like swirling mist inside. You see his eyes sort of like scanning side to side. I'm sorry, I can't make out the writing.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to bother you.
I whispered to Sky, I'm not sure he's going to be any more used to it.
Yeah. It's fine. It's nothing that I've realized now. It's nothing that would concern you. I apologize for bothering you.
Especially because we shouldn't take you from your duties of maintaining this fine foyer.
Cassius is just going to walk past you guys because
I'm gonna go take a chest of those fucking buckles. That's what I'm gonna do.
you go take your chest buckles to wherever you want. The rest of us are going to go head
But
downstairs. See you
before
later.
I leave the room, I'm gonna check under the beds, or just under the sheets too, like just the beds in general.
Hey, Steve.
Taking the chest, and I'm taking
You been
it
being good,
downstairs.
Steve?
Yeah.
Would that be
Let's see
another
here.
investigation, or?
So yeah, so you guys come downstairs and like Steve is down here. He's like licking the floor.
How's the floor taste, Steve?
Not even surprised. I'm leaving the chest of buckles right next to me, right next to this fireplace.
And so you see he's like you come down and his like face is like smeared with like blood and like viscera, and he's just kind of like, and he kind of like looks up, kind of like startled and like kind of ashamed, like as you like look at him.
Hey, buddy,
Quickly.
hold on a second. I take out
Like
a
really
rag
quickly,
and
like,
start
When,
Steve,
when you ask him, he just does a thumbs up and starts looking again.
yeah, he like licks his thumb.
Come here, Apostle Steve. Let me clean you up. You gotta make sure you're still a handsome fish man.
Let's see here. So with that to be, you decided to check out the bed, sifting through the sheets, looking under it. Sorry, I get hit by like a sudden like burst of like hiccups.
Yeah, I get surprised there because I was letting them deal with Steve, and I started clipping my toenails, and then got the alert noise.
And long story short, I cut off one of my toes. Gotta go to the doctor.
If it
But,
was gonna be one, it had to be that one.
I can't remember what it was. They had a toe steak knife. A steak knife just for cutting toenails. Yeah.
But so Charlie, as you sort of like dip under the bed and sort of like sift underneath, you would hear this sort of like rustling sound. Alvin, you would see that like as Charlie like dips down, like you'd see like the crow like kind of like something like sort of like appears like in a little hole in the window and kind of like sticks its head through. And Charlie, so by the time that you would sort of like sit back up, like or like knee yourself back up a little bit, you'd see the crow sort of like staring at you from inside, like just like its body like mostly through the hole in the window, kind of like looking directly at you.
That's odd. And now that most of it's through the window, does it look like a normal crow still?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can I see it too?
You can see the crow as well, yes.
Because I think
So you
I
can-
know more. I'm an outdoors guy.
So to both of you, it is a completely normal crow. Nothing.
I'm gonna secret claim it. I don't care.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Right here, go ahead and give me.
I believe he has to do a wisdom. No,
Dexterity. Get over dice. So. Let's see. So +2. What's your DC?
16. I believe?
It will pass. So you like see the raven sort of like squeezing its way through, like wiggling, and you like send like a blast of radiance at it. Like you see the raven sort of like look up, like see the light, sort of like squawk and like scramble forward, managing to duck out of the way of the blast as it sort of like blast into the window, like sending like this blistering light, sort of like fading out into the darkness beyond. As the raven starts to, or like the crow starts to like jump up and down, sort of like squawking loudly. As it starts to sort of like jump up and down, like rapidly, like starting to like let out this like panic, like squawking sounds. Like you'll hear like this sort of like thud from the other window on the side, and then you'll see as like crow after crow starts to like force their way through the hole in the window. And I'm going to need the two of you to roll initiative. And Raven will be played by Bat.
Yeah, 20, right?
21.
11.
Let's do the Ravens here. Let's see, so we have 22, 19, and an 11. Oops. Fuck, it's a giant snake token. Just click. Oh, it's the fucking stuffed statue downstairs. Alright, so Charlie, you're going to be the first one to respond. Like, after Albin sends out, like, a bolt of light, like, hurtling towards the creature. Or the raven, or the crow. Blah, 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 blah. Like, the crow. So, like, now, like tens and tens of them are occurring to, like, pour in through the hole in the window. Like, all, like, cawing. Like, this loud sort of, like cacophony. Like, no pun intended.
One entity, or is it actual bunch of things? Like...
Phone booth. I need a phone booth.
It's a bunch of crows.
Okay, so... Okay. I'm just wondering if I should use my AoE spell next time.
Now it's a bunch of crows. Like it's a raid. It's a crow swarm.
Is it a flock of like a okay? That's what I meant. Like if it was one entity, like one unit, I guess.
Yeah. I guess.
Blast it and run.
Yeah, that's probably the way this is gonna go. Like, they're obviously trying to come in and attack us after what Alvin did. So...
Crows is good eating.
Jesus.
So
16
2
and 16, yeah.
Both will connect.
And 16 damage.
All right.
And I guess I will go towards the door. Also, Albin, I think, well, Thor's, I think Albin's torch is disabled.
Try to get one outside the door, and I'll go to the doorway and stand there. Alright, yeah, I don't know if you can go.
Now you get there?
I believe so. 1, 2,
Go one more? Or
4. Yeah, I can go one more space.
one more back into the hallway. Yeah, and then I'll go into the doorway. Or it will. And then I'll bash it from behind.
So he watches like the crows like fly across the room, like this massive like horde, like slamming through, like dashing themselves through the windows, like flying across, like this massive like the fluttering of wings becoming almost like deafening as they start to like swarm on top of you, sort of like covering you as much as like almost like entirely with crows. So the crows are like all over you, so they sort of like peck and bite. Let's see. So they make a beak attack. What's your AC?
Mine's 15.
Alright, so they do connect. Oops. Get to see how much they hit you for. So rather exposed, like in the hallway, the crows find plenty of purchase, like puncturing, like small, like dips, like in your face, like pecking at your ears, your eyes, your nose, like grabbing hold of anything they can and sort of tugging at them, like dozens of little bites, like all across your face, as they sort of like continue to like swarm and fly around you. As we'll go to Albin's turn. Do you like charge up like to the raven, like to the crows? So they're covering Divya, so he's gonna be giving them some cover.
You told the dead, so that don't matter.
Okay.
You gotta do a wisdom saving throw.
Right. So they have a +1. They roll a
There's wisdom
8.
in numbers.
So they will take 2d12 because they are hurt.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh, is there a 12? And yes, there.
So they take 14 damage.
And how much did they hit Divya for last round?
They hit him for 8.
Are you fine, or do you need help?
We just took a rest where I basically got a full heal. So I've got like 26 health left, I think.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, I'm also, or that's it. Or I'll yell out for the other guys, I guess.
All right.
I'm yelling, the meat's mine.
Hang here 1 second.
Oh no, Albin is turned on Charlie.
That's all they're gonna hear. Where did they go? They're downstairs or something?
Yeah, they're downstairs. They were messing with Steve.
I'd rather eat these crows.
Funny thing is, if they're covering me, I wonder if I start walking towards the stairwell, will they stick to me, or will they, will they stick to me and give you an opportunity attack, is what I was thinking.
I don't know, actually, yeah. Can you even disengage them if you wanted to? If you needed to, you could disengage and just run past me.
But yeah, it'll all depend on...
They should be dead, though. We just hit them for, like, 30 damage at least.
We just hit them for exactly 30 damage. I forget how HP pools work on swarms of tiny enemies.
God, we ordered like groceries and we got like Sprite Zero, and the guy got a Sprite Zero ginger. And let me tell you, you know what the difference is between that and regular Sprite?
Tastes like ginger ale?
No, it tastes like dirt after you drink it.
Yeah, I've never been much for Sprite Zero myself. I don't hate it, but it's just not as good as regular Sprite.
Oh yeah.
This is one of those things, you grow up on regular Sprite, you can't really go to the Zero very smoothly.
Newer Sprite Zero isn't too bad, just the regular one. You know what's actually good is the Coke Zero, the newer brand or whatever one it is.
I tried Mountain Dew Zero recently because I started seeing it pop up, and it's It's not bad, but it's not really good either. But
That dude's always been bad like that.
Yeah, I've kind of grown out of Mountain Dew in general lately, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you though, try the Coke one, and you'll be surprised how it has to be cold though. If it's not like ice cold, it doesn't taste as. But if it's ice cold, it's almost like a Coke, like close. I think it's better than Pepsi.
Albin sort of screams out, Charlie. We start off back at the top of the initiative order with your turn. The crows like surrounding you, like pecking at your face, biting anywhere that they can.
Okay. If I moved, would they move with me, sticking to me in a swarm, or like would they like stay in place where they are? I mean, it's like, would me dragging them away proc an opportunity attack from Albin?
If you drag a creature away, does not proc an opportunity attack. There's nothing that states that they can stay in your space. It does not say that they are attached to you.
Okay. It's just like I was thinking if I walked away from where I was, yeah. I you know, I was just trying to figure that out if that would trigger an attack from him. Okay, I guess since Albin's shouting towards the stairs for everyone else, then I will move back through Albin. Okay, won't let me pick up my token.
Oh, whoops. There you go.
Ah, okay.
You're proc an opportunity attack.
Very well.
A 16 to hit.
Yeah, hits me by 1.
They are like most of the swarm has been decimated now. Like only like less than half of the original numbers. The damage they deal is lessened. All right.
Fucking rats with wings. Don't even taste as good as rats. Okay, second verse, same as the first.
Like as you enter into the room, like you see like another like swarm of crows like forming at the window. By the way.
Motherfucker. I may as well finish off the first so we don't have to worry about it. Or wait.
Both will.
I was gonna say, like, I might just aim one of those at the current swarm of crows and aim the other at the other one if this one's almost, you know, completely thinned out.
Go for it.
So this one for the crows in front of Albin. Seven.
All right.
Are they still standing?
Yeah.
Okay. And that one for the ones outside the window. 7. No, wait, no, not 17. 14.
Oh, wait a second. All right, do you end your turn there?
Yeah.
So these ones are gonna fly over here. And likewise, these ones are gonna swarm onto Albin. So first an attack roll against Albin. A 17, I does not believe connects. Then onto Charlie. A 10 does not connect. Boom, boom. So, but right now you're sort of like warmed with crows. They're sort of like flying and like fluttering all around you.
Of the bells.
All right, wisdom roll +1. 10 again will not pass. Did they roll a 10 last? Yeah, they did. Maybe they did.
For some reason, your dice look a lot darker outside the building.
They're rolled as GM.
16.
Okay, so you watch as like the crows sort of like collapse to the ground, like as the bell sort of toll out. Swarm eventually is decimated, collapsing to the floor. Move them outside.
let's fucking go ooga booga booga.
All right. Oh shit.
We want you also.
It'll be cool once they put in initiative movement for when you're in combat and stuff.
We got Charlie, then Crows, then Sky, Tala, Albert, Kansas.
Come on, we gotta kill them before they get up here. Waste of time. Damn it.
Hey, everyone's back.
Hooray!
So what was the part with the bat upstairs, guys?
So with that, we cut over to Sky, like the first one responding to hearing Albin call out from above.
They're actually crows. And there was one, like, rummaging through the wall or something, so I tried to blast it, and then a swarm of them came after us.
It's the one that was out there when
Killed
CT
one.
looked.
We killed one, and then there's a fresh one right here.
My feline agilities. And I'll use my dash action.
So as you sort of come up the stairs, Sky, what you're greeted with is Charlie, just covered like head to toe in crows, like cawing and like scratching, pecking at him as you watch, like just in time to see Albin sort of like charge up, like mace or battle axe out.
Holy shit!
Where's a phone booth?
Are you done moving
Too
there?
big.
I've used all of my actions, including my feline agility. I cannot do anything else.
Cut over to Ta'ala. Likewise, the last thing having her, and then seeing Sky run past with Albin, sort of calling out early.
10, 15, 20, 5, 30. Do I see anything from the top of the stairs?
You can't. You can hear more than you can see, like the sound of like dozens of wings, sort of like flapping and like loud, like caw, and like you hear Charlie sort of like they're eating me.
And then they're gonna eat you.
And I see Charlie.
I mean, not really from where you know.
Okay. 5, 10. I'm dashing. 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I can dash as an action, but I can see Charlie, and Charlie's gotten fucked up, hasn't he?
You can, maybe he's covered in crows right now.
It hurts.
Hurts. You can see like flashes, like as the crows go by you, like you can see like little like scratch marks and like little pinprick, like drops of blood.
Well, okay.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave the crow alone. You guys are like, fight the crow.
I'll be having some crow meat, probably.
Actually,
Anyway, I'm going to heal Charlie. Healing word is my bonus action. He gets 5 points.
All right, headed. Getting your turn there.
Yep.
I mean, it might be handy if we want somebody to eat crow.
All right, Cassius. Likewise, same thing.
All right.
It just lets out a long sigh before he starts heading over.
All right. I double moved. Here I am.
And Phoenix ending out the round with you.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, that didn't look right.
Oh shit. Where am I?
Oh no, he cast meld into wood and stone and earth.
Are you sure
Help!
you don't have the magic origin?
I'm a goddamn phoenix. Somebody help!
I was saying this is not.
Oh, now I can't see myself at all.
They move you upstairs. Click on your token.
You. Okay, I can't see anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and double move. Oh, wait a minute.
There's
I can see
there's a bunch of crows like just all over Charlie. They're on top of him.
Firebolt!
Hope he doesn't miss.
Fireball, no balls.
No, if I fireball him, it'll be because I'm annoyed.
You went over
24 to
the
hit.
track. Even if he doesn't have balls, he can have a set
You
stall.
will roll.
Rolling
In
tailspire, you
tail-
bitch.
Okay.
Just kind of know your modifier.
There you go.
14 plus 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One accidentally-
21.
21 misses and hits Charlie.
Tala, I think.
And that is plus
Damage.
plus nothing. Oh shit, those are supposed to be D10s.
Go ahead and roll.
Roll 'em.
Then you were having
Not bad.
One second.
Ending my turn there.
I don't think it'd be that hard for them to add add an option that you can make add a modifier when you make a roll.
Eventually they'll probably just make it part of the little radial menu when you right click on your token to just have actions prepared. Just like click a button to roll this many dice with this modifier.
I don't know. It'd just be a convenient feature for right now.
I also don't doubt that once they actually add spells into it, that they're going to consider something like that. Which, because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, from what I've read, they do want to add spell effects at some point, so they would think, well, this person cast Eldritch Blast, and they should add their modifier for that.
I'm gonna jump up real quick.
But that would also, be part of them adding the character sheet, so unless there's a character sheet, can't happen.
That's a long-term goal. I think they said character sheets would be in early access later this year.
house is just covered in dice. Does that have to go somewhere?
I'm back, and I ended my turn after throwing the fire.
Yeah, John said he had to get up for a second.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Are you done with your turn there, Phoenix?
Yep.
All right. Let's jump back over to Charlie's turn, top of the initiative order. Like, people are swinging stuff at you. People are blasting fire bolts at you. And thankfully hitting only the crows so far.
Whoopee.
Okay. Just taking a quick look to remember if I have any melee cantrips. I don't believe I do. So, fuck it. With a +7 bonus, I can just melee Eldritch blast them off myself.
With an extreme amount of confidence.
First beam.
Roll them both together or no balls.
14.
That hits.
And 9.
9 will not hit, so only the first one will hit.
8 damage.
Eight. All right. You want to end your turn there?
Yeah, I'll end my turn there and not provoke the opportunity.
So they're still going to try and eat you. You know what? I'll roll and see who they try to eat.
I'm having visions of that episode where Hal was surrounded by bees.
They'll try and eat out. Gonna miss though. Low roll. And so now they're sort of like swarming onto Alvin. So
Here, tink, tink, tink.
Okay. You stole the dead. So I need to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Sky has told the dead.
Or take 19 damage, yes.
They roll a 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay, so they take no damage.
Old dead is OP as fuck.
Get with it.
Firebolt is 2d10 and crit.
Okay, I'll stand right there.
And with that, we'll go to Ta'ala's turn.
Decisions.
Yeah, but I can't learn that unless I take a special talent or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just commenting. I mean, it's not overpowered. It's just
Yeah.
I mean, I think I wish you stole the dead because I didn't want to have a chance of hitting Alvin.
Yeah,
Gong.
on a similar note, I think it'd be best just to knock them. Seven.
you will roll it in Tailspire. If they fail.
Okay.
So what is it?
I think this is all 14 Wisdom.
He's DC 9.
They rolled a 6. So that meant they actually failed. So 2d4.
2d4. Got it.
Six damage. Alright, so more and more of their crows are sort of like fallen like to the ground, like collapsed from the magic, but still enough of them stand to like pose like enough of a threat. So we will. Do you want to end your turn there, Dirty Brady?
Yep, right here's good.
We'll go to Alpin's turn. So now the crows are once again are sort of like swarming around you.
Ding dong.
They will pass with a 19.
Oh, okay.
These are very bell-resistant crows.
I'll just
3 before this.
I'll just wait then.
Cassius, it's your go again.
I'm gonna go up the stairs. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm still not even close enough to be able to go in and hit them with my hammer.
Throw a
See what
rocket.
As we look at
Throw
character
a
sheet.
javelin.
Yeah, throw a shield.
Do it or no balls. Come on.
I'm gonna throw a javelin at the crow.
Now here, let me specify though, because it was the same thing with. Again, the rules for it is they have cover from Alba. They have +2. If you miss because of the cover, it hits the cover.
Okay. I get +7 to this.
And I will hit you back.
I get +7 to this.
1.
14.
So 14. So they have +2, which gives them an AC of 14.
Ah, hit.
Close.
Would that even
What?
hit me then?
You were some birds.
What?
AC's
1d6
weight.
The
plus 4.
javelin shaves Albin's beard.
10
Because of
damage.
it hits the cover. You're not expecting an attack from an ally.
10 damage.
And damage.
That's skewering birds, and because of the impact from the birds, it stops right before it hits Alpha.
Just think, I'm pre-skewering them for you so you can cook them easier.
There you go.
Did that kill him?
That did kill them. So with that, like, you send a spear, it sort of like hurtles through and like catches 3 of the crows, like clipping wings and dropping others, like skewering several as it just sort of like collapses to the ground. Sorry, the rest of the crows that like make up the swarm like scatter, like, you know, like 1 or 2 like managing to make it out through the window.
Okay, well, just so you know, we didn't actually mess with the window at all. The crows came in here. They started fucking with us when I started looking around the bed.
They started fucking with you when you shot a bolt of energy at them.
Well, yeah, they started trying to get into the room.
Tried.
The bed.
Tried the shit.
Did you fight him in the bed?
There was almost no cost at all, other than 6 health points and a first level spell slot.
I'm taking another fucking chest
Sounds like
home
the
with me,
people's
okay?
problems. I want to collect all these bird meats.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
you
another
can-
chest down with me.
So you pick up like 14 crows.
Put them in my crow sack.
Eventually, I'm going to make you another sheet for that. It's just going to be a bag of holding, but just for meats. So
But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll look back at the bed.
While they do that, I'm gonna take.
That or they started coming in here when there was nobody in here, so they thought you were an easy
That's
target.
You want to just make it that my magic ice box? I put it in there or something.
yeah. But for right now, just put on your regular sheet.
Yeah, I just put 14 crows.
What are you,
The help
saying?
actually to help Charlie.
What was that, Elthus?
What were you saying, Durgan?
I took a second chest of belt buckles and placed it next to the fireplace at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm going for a third if I have enough time. Depends what everyone else is doing.
Who's going to help you carry this outside?
Myself, if I have to.
You should just take the cart and leave.
I would eventually catch up to you, realize.
You're going to carry that box of belt buckles all the way back to Majan?
And are you going to seal my cart in my ass? That's my question.
Well, the party. I feel like it's the party because I don't know it belongs to you, and I don't trust you when you
bought
say
the
things.
cart. I bought the cart after I met you. I bought the donkey after I met you. You know for a fact that both belong to me. You would be.
Did he buy them after he met Cassius? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
damn
did you
it.
get out of it?
But let's see here. So you decide to investigate the bed. The 2 of you now.
I'm taking the third one.
Yeah, whatever.
Like very exhaustively searching through, checking the sheets, checking the headboard, checking underneath it. But for whatever reason, find nothing there. Nothing hidden, nothing scratched into the wood, nothing of note about the sheets hidden under the mattresses, nothing under it, attached under it, nothing hidden under a floorboard beneath it or fallen behind it. Just a bed.
Thanks for
Well, then.
us all to come back for this.
You know, you never know. This way is a Petrikov on the way down.
Let's go downstairs, gentlemen.
Alright, and I gave Cassius the key.
Yeah.
So, if we have a magical axe head, how much would it legitimately cost in order to get Cassius a magical weapon?
Technically, Rango has a magical axe head.
Yeah, we looted them and dumped their bodies somewhere.
Yes. Anything they had is ours now.
Except the gold. I didn't know how much they had.
John can find that out for us, but that's up to him, really. But when we were in the well, I did take all the gold candlesticks that you listed, for example. Whereas Rusty had picked up all the oil and incense.
So as you reach the stairs, you sort of like see Cassius sort of, or reach the doorway, I should say. You see Cassius sort of like pause for a second, as if like stumbling backwards for a moment, and then just sort of like stare like down at the key in his hand for a moment, and then kind of like with like a little bit more spring in his step, kind of like steps forward with the key in hand towards the door.
Can I take a perception check to see what happened?
There's nothing on the ground, nothing that would have caused it. As far as you can tell, he just paused for a moment.
Is something wrong, Cassius?
Nothing. Just there's something important downstairs. I can feel it.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
It's not even set to like darkness right now. This is just default sky, with like the shaders turned ever so slightly down. Like darkness is dark as fuck outside. Switch back to real darkness. Do you see that?
Cassie's gonna take the key and press it into the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and do the right click that you've all wanted to do.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Shut the fuck up, Timmy.
Did anybody hear what I whispered or no, John?
No, nobody nearby has a high enough passive perception. Oh fuck, what room is this? 6? 8 or something? It is 6.
I think the highest person who's highest passive perception is Alvin at 15, and he's like 10 feet away.
Yeah. They have a sound chart for like whispers. With that, you watch as like Cassius sort of like presses the key into the handle, and you can sort of like hear like this like light sort of shifting sound, almost like a faint like something being pulled across a surface, much smaller. And all it takes is a little push. He's able to press the door open.
Cassius is going to immediately start heading in.
So let's see here. So revealed like beyond the door is a moderately sized stairwell that you can see leads down into darkness. You can see several unlit candles in a pile on a table near the opening for the stairs.
Gentlemen, I hasten to inform you that we're clearly dealing with a religious cult, so be aware of...
Are they just unlit or are they burned out?
They are unlit candles. They seem to be relatively fresh.
Okay.
Or, well,
I'll
unused,
stack at
relatively
least one
unused.
up. Light it with prestidigitation and just carry it with me.
Fair enough.
I will light the rest with prestidigitation and continue on.
Shield in one attached
Like
to
you,
one hand.
like you light all the candles, like just on the table on fire.
Yes.
I'm worried about Cassius, so he's sort of following close behind.
Starts a fire.
Yeah, so you see him do that, Albin, and like, or like Phoenix, like you're like the last one through the door. Like as you walk by, you see the table like sitting there with like a bunch of like candles like laying on their sides, just like on fire on top of a wooden table.
Okay, well these stairs are.
You have to go down first, or then you go down the stairs.
Yeah, bring your camera down. Yeah, this was like one of the first things I built, so you know. Look at there.
I had trouble with the stairs on the second floor as well. Sometimes it just took me down to the first, other times it kept pushing me to the next tile above the staircase.
Jurgen, do you realize that you're burning the house down and stop that?
Yes. I thought it was implied that I stood them up.
So I brought the camera down and tried to go down the stairs. It still didn't work.
I think Gilsis is just teleporting us down there now.
Yes, he did. Good stuff.
There we go. So you walk down the stairs for what at least feels like a long time. You feel like waves of humidity sort of like washing over you as you pass down. Like small pockets of cooler air and then like drafts or almost breezes of like these like almost like solid panes of like moisture that would suddenly sort of like almost like slap against you. But eventually you find yourself emerging into a dark, rustic chamber. The only light you can see is that which you brought with you. The floor is made out of a heavily compacted dirt, and the walls a strange, dark stone. You can see that the furthest wall from the stairs are lined with shelves that contain many, many jars. You can see that to your right, a large set of double doors. They're barred shut from your side.
Hey, before we do anything else,
The section of the wall near the shelves looks weird.
before we do that,
Yeah, there's only one tile with shelves.
I'm going to.
The,
Cassius is going to
research
press
note.
forward because.
No, none of that.
No, yep. He's
There.
pressing forward. He's got
Upstairs.
purpose. He's pressing forward.
It was in the laboratory. What did they say? We had to use the potion on something down here. So what was that? I just want to review what we know already before we charge into
Yeah,
what's
this is like fucking
It's not
hypnotized.
like things any of us are under a compulsion right now to move forward. which has been really subtle.
So Cassius, as you approach, one of the things you notice is that the door, like I mentioned, is barred. There's a large, very heavy iron bar that runs between them.
Right. Is the bar on this side so we can pull it off, or
Yeah,
so
it's barred. It's barred on your side of the door.
I order a beer.
Cassius starts to shift the bar, lift it off.
Sandbagged.
I thought it was funny, but
What's in the jars over here?
I thought it was funny, but I chose to ignore it.
It was a bad joke.
Oh, that got me good.
Hey Cassius, tell me something. What's it like to worship a worthless god?
Coming
Alright.
from you, Drow, whatever your opinions or gods mean little to me.
Okay, so
Is
first
it your
off,
god that's driving you onward, or is it something else?
My god is not driving me onward.
Okay. So Cassius, as you go to lift the bar, like sort of holding it in your hands, you see this brief sort of like flash. These white lines blazing into life along the bar, all across its surface, which then all at once is engulfed with this blinding radiance. I am going to need every person in the room to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah,
In the jar
okay.
on this side.
I
Do
think
I
my
have
modifier is. I forget.
Okay, one
I'm
second.
blinded by the flashbang.
What did you say, Dirty Briggy?
I was looking at the jar.
I'm blinded too.
I rolled
You said
16.
do I-
That's fine.
Combined 22.
Jars won't give you benefit.
Dexterity is plus 5.
22.
Okay.
22, buddy.
I rolled 2.
Let's see
I
if
rolled 6.
anyone.
Remember, you add my +3 for a saving throw, guys.
Oh, so that makes it 25.
I rolled a 5.
I thought it's gonna make a difference. I rolled a 6, but still, the 3.
I dive behind Phoenix.
So let's see who fails. Alright, so there's the DC. Here is the damage.
Sure glad Torm protected me. Sorry about that, Cassius.
Blinded
Okay.
by the light.
So we're going to start off. So Cassius with a
6.
not a big number. Cassius, you will take 15 thunder damage. What are the options?
We'll use a flashbang.
There's more bang than flash, I guess.
Guys, little Jimmy. So Phoenix will fail and take 15.
I need a
Albin
heal.
will pass and take 7. Oops. And we'll set your health to 7 instead of removing 7. Specchio will pass, take 7. Divio will pass, take 7. Ta'ala will fail, take 15. Alright, and that's everybody.
Cassius, you should really have me check doors for traps first.
So the explosion, the blast clears. The sound, more deafening than the light, was blinding. We find ourselves once again with Cassius holding the bar still in hand, dazed and struck by the blow, but otherwise in a well enough condition. On the other side of the room, you can see that several of the jars have shattered and cracked from the impact, but only the 3 closest to the door. You can see and smell the contents. This dense, almost like pickled brine that assaults your nostrils and sticks like deep, like in your. I'm forgetting the word for it. Your nose bits.
Sinuses?
Sinuses. I'm glad I thought of it.
Good job.
Is always happy to help.
But sort of like stuck like in the pickled residue are what seem to be human body parts.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
not
I'm the rest of these jars.
Now that we've all been shocked.
But outside of that, once you're done being blind, to go back to what you were looking at before, just as the explosion happened, you can see that the jars are an odd assortment of things. Pickled fruits and vegetables, jars full of gooey-looking stuff like maybe jelly or jam. But it's what's in the last few that makes you question the contents of the other jars. Like I said, ones that were once stuffed with human body parts. Fingers, toes, feet, and one you can see that is perhaps, thankfully, still intact, containing an entire human head, while others simply contain organs that you can only assume are also human in origin.
We know they were eating people, so they probably were going to have stuff like that.
Wait, we know
But-
they were eating people? I remember they were sacrificing people, but I didn't know they were eating
Yeah, it was part of the journal. They were just like consuming. They just became obsessed with consuming flesh.
Either or. When we're done,
They did eat Parlington.
listen to me. When this place is done, we need to burn it to the ground, flat out.
But, undeterred, Cassius presses the set of double doors open.
How much damage should I take?
15.
That's wonderful. Like,
We
tell me
press on
something.
it.
There more traps, Cassius.
One second, this music sucks.
No, see, hold on, guys. Just let him go. That will trigger the trap for us.
I guess that's true. If he really
Excuse me,
wants to
Brett
attack-
Albin.
You know
Stop
what?
him, so...
This
Can
reminds
Can I
me
have
of
a heal?
I mean, I could probably break it with a spell, but I don't really want to waste a spell slot.
I take off his helmet and slap him across the face. That's what I do. Listen to me, you utter fucking jackass.
Okay, well here,
Even
first
if
off,
you weren't under a
No.
make a contested grapple check. Grab the helmet.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
For a grapple oppose or making the grapple, it is an athletics check, and it will be opposed by Cassius's athletics or acrobatics.
I'm burning my inspiration for this. Fuck it. We're rolling.
Okay.
I don't think
Plus
you can
one.
inspire yourself, can you?
Yeah,
No, he means like his inspiration,
Oh,
your
regular
bardic
inspiration.
inspiration.
22.
I'm rolling 3. I apologize for this.
That's fine. I'll just look at the first two. 20 and a 13. Okay, so 20 plus.
oh, minus one.
I fail.
Well, actually, so
Max.
wait.
His
hold on.
athletics would be strength.
Well, he would get a point from Jack of all trades, though.
Yeah, he gets a point. So he actually rolls. He rolls a 22.
And it's a
He
crit
ties me?
success.
So it's a crit success. He ties you. Yes.
The tie would be a grapple, right? That
A
makes sense.
tie means nothing changes. So it means that Ta'ala has his hands on Cassius's helmet, and Cassius has his hand on his helmet, keeping it from going.
Do we want to stop him? Should I go stop him?
You should
I'm
fucking
gonna
stop
turn
it.
around on Ta'ala and I'd be like, look, whatever is down here needs to be dealt with.
Listen,
No more
you tell him-
dawdling. No more looking in every box and checking every shelf and looting this place.
Just
We're
as
going
an
here to
aside,
destroy
Piece
this
of fucking
evil.
Shit. You just hurt us all.
Uh,
Whatever is waiting for us is gonna kill
as
us.
Cassius says
Because
that,
of
there
you.
are boxes on the wall. That's the wall.
Alright, is Durgan being, does he have the urge to go open them? Like how Cassie's
I have no urge to do anything except punch him in the fucking jaw right now.
This guy's gonna ask us, can we at least proceed carefully?
Fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Let's just go, but let's not do it dumb.
Check for traps
See,
ahead.
Okay, so here, give me 1 second. Let me take a screenshot of this so I know which room is which. So I know what description screen and what.
Sky, let me give you a back rub when you go look.
So as you pass through a set of double doors, you step into a small entryway.
Healing myself.
The ground is still made of dirt, but now is mixed with dense stone. You can see that likewise the walls are hewn from still living rock. It's musty, dark, and cold. You can see that the walls have several unlit lamps that are pounded into the rock at what semi-regular intervals. The room in front of you is littered with broken crates. And on the far end of the room, I can only assume, far end of the room, I guess it would have to be like over here, you can see what looks to be, you can faintly make out, or at least those of you with dark vision can, 3 almost chairs made of the same broken stones, perched upon which are 3 robed figures.
Sky, what did that ritual say?
It's mentioned something about a sacred stone.
Who took
That
the
is-
potion?
Oh yeah, you'd have to pour the potion mixed with blood onto the stone and recite the words, and that would hopefully banish whatever it is that got something back. I do.
You have the potion.
I'm not gonna trust it with anyone else. Except maybe Charlie.
But you have the potion. Okay. Are you willing to cut your wrists open and mix it with the potion?
Sure.
That we need to-
I'll cut my hand.
I'm gonna hang back here and I have 1 health potion left and I still have like I'm missing like 8 health now, I think. A health potion's 2d4 plus 2, isn't it?
Here, I can just heal you. Or yeah, just do that.
Can the machine get a heal, please?
Yes, you can actually.
Here, now let me heal him because it'll heal myself if I do it.
Okay, go for it.
I'll advance forward, checking for traps.
I remember then there are the 3 robed figures up ahead.
We can give them a bit of a wide berth.
I'm gonna cure wounds on Jimmy before we
I'm
do
gonna
anything.
follow right behind Scott. And
Yeah,
having
give me
the
one.
idiot drown the bard in front does not make sense.
Second
I'm
here.
going to follow both of them.
What's a good
Are you
little...
Behind, stupid, you're squishy.
More squishy than Sky is.
He's checking for traps.
Oh, you look at this. There is actually a cultist token. It's an NPC. It's fair enough.
Jimmy, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 50? Being generous.
Well, here, I'm healing him. Plus 5, plus...
I think they're vaguely facing your direction now.
Go to cast. Just keep an eye
Plus
on them.
3, so...
Let me know if they start moving.
14?
What did I roll? 6, Jimmy?
Yeah.
So 6 plus 8.
5 plus 3, so 14.
I guess I should roll perception if I'm checking for traps.
I mean, I've been having you do passively so far, and you haven't found anything.
Completely slipped my mind.
Do you have dark vision, Clay?
That's a 19.
Oh yeah, we'll get back to your 13 in a second. But do you have dark vision?
That's 60 feet.
So that means you also get an idea of the rogue figures. All right, so let's see. So with the 13,
19.
I'm trying at 12.
Carrying a lantern instead of
Oh yeah, the lantern. How much do you have it? Like because you can turn the light up and down.
I just left it whenever we had it after we fought the dark monster, the wall monster.
Okay, hang on.
So there's probably light extending out a good little bit.
I said hang on. Control flames. Make it twice as bright.
I mean, aren't we trying to not get detected by the robed guys yet?
I don't think that's an option anymore because we're carrying a big light.
Oh, well then maybe the squishy guy should get a little behind.
It's too late for that.
I'm looking
rip.
for traps.
It's fine. Operation Squishy Shields. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
Operation
that's
Hide
not
Behind the
the
Darkies.
first time I've been beaten to a pulp.
You say Operation Hide Behind the Darkies?
Yep.
Oh,
Wait, yeah, but it was more the squishies.
What color is Sky's fur?
Can one of you let Ilthus talk?
It's
No,
like
I was sneezing.
so kind of a yellowish with spots.
Oh, this is not dark.
Oh, there we go. Well, yeah. I mean, this is the only way I
Hide
can
behind
really
the minorities.
light stuff up. So
I don't like it. I shoot at the middle.
Mimic?
go ahead and make a D20 roll.
Okay.
This is the fucking bandit fort all over again.
Yep. There's gonna be like tons of guys around the
big
corner.
bad boss of this area.
So as you sort of like step up the light, sort of beginning to like illuminate the chamber, like revealing the large room beyond, which
Let's see, crossbow. That is
yeah, I read the description before. Upon which sits a robed figure. You hear a light click at your side, Sky, as Ta'ala raises his crossbow and sends out a bolt hurtling across the floor. You see it catches the center robed figure clean in the chest, and you watch as the robe simply topples backwards,
Oh god,
collapsing with a clatter.
it's the villagers dressed up in the cultist thing.
Oh, then I would definitely be killing Tala.
Like I said, it falls back with a clatter,
Ruh-roh.
and there's no response from the other two. Which I think are most based on their picture.
There's an evil down here that must be stopped, and it's Tala.
Well, I mean, if they're not doing anything, let's just go.
But yeah,
Who's
I'm just gonna hang way back from the group with Eldritch Blast constantly readied in case a fight does break out.
well.
You're looking for traps.
That's one.
Let me
Don't.
know what I need to roll again.
So here, stop right there. So as like you hear like the snap of the crossbow bolt and the clatter of bones, you feel you hear, I should say, something shifting in the next chamber. The sound sort of like echoing out within. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Manny, that'll be a 16.
All right, I don't think anyone has a passive perception. Actually, Albin, you have a passive perception of 15, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see.
I should have rolled 2. Don't matter. And I'm just saying, I've been right about 2/3 of the time when it comes to scary golem-like thing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I was correct every time there was an animated arm.
I'm asking again, what are you talking about? animated golem? What? You just
When I say
shot what you
golem,
thought
I
was a
mean-
cultist.
Yes.
I might be a golem, guys.
Because I assumed that it was like some kind of spooky defense mechanism. The last time I was right about this was the animated suits of armor in the Gnome Alchemist's lair. Actually, no, before that it was the tomb that was infested with the fucking fungus.
So where
same
nobody
reason.
else in this party other than Albin is here for?
And didn't you fucking like hide behind a door constantly during that fight or something?
I think you're mistaken. Unless you're talking about the actual golems, because that was different. I don't remember those too well. Because I ended up being the one to apologize to the alchemist for us breaking his 90,000 gold piece golem.
There's sounds like there's two people in there. This guy's gonna whisper. Well, one of them sounds like a person.
Two people where? Exactly.
Some spooky sounds over there.
Two people where, though?
Move up.
In the darkness, in the fucking giant cavern over there.
So what do I see?
You see fucking darkness. Or whatever you can see.
What about me?
Not
What
really
do I see?
choice but to continue.
You also see that unless you have demon vision, which
I do.
then you could see, what, 120?
120 feet, yeah.
All right, so
You
the
see 'em?
the two of you sort of like looking into the chamber. What you can see is a short passage. You find yourself. Eventually, it leads to what looks to be a truly massive cavern. Even from here, as you stare into the room, you can sense that the whatever lies beyond the next chamber, beyond the line in front of Sky, which she would recognize as a dense line of salt. That something truly evil has been done in the next room. You see that the walls are lined with torches. That you can see the scorch marks behind them, revealing like perhaps decades of use, will now sit cold and unlit. And you can see that the walls are lined with chains and manacles that all feed into large, rusty cages that are strewn about the section of the chamber that you can see. And still, that some of them contain human bones.
I don't think we have much choice but to proceed.
Sky, as you proceed, you reveal the rest, or like the focal point of the chamber.
Do you want to carefully step over the salt?
Don't reach the line.
Boom, look at that.
Alright, carefully.
In the center of the chamber is what looks to be a large altar with four large braziers set alight, two on each side. And you can see lined out upon the altar, 1, 2, 3, are three still humanoid figures.
Can I see them?
Do you recognize any of
I
them?
literally just described it.
There's humanoid figures lying still. That's it.
And
Then we see the horrible monster.
so let's put a spooky ghost. So as you approach Sky, you and Alvin would have both heard someone like chant under their breath, like runic or like magic arcane words of power. but not ones that you recognize, at least not entirely. So as you enter into the next chamber, you see the altar, the 3 figures laying strewn atop it, and one spectral visage that you actually recognize from one of the portraits upstairs. I should replace these braziers with something else. 4 torches. Bonfires. Those won't really give off along the way.
Cassius is going to start to take a step forward, but then glance at the sky.
Yeah, the braziers give out the most light.
Sky, you ready to do what you have to do?
Yeah, it seems that way. I seems we have to.
You have a knife one.
I got more knives than you know about.
Well, that's what I want to hear.
He has one built into each hand, each finger.
That's true. I wasn't even counting those.
Cassius and Albin should be ready to bull rush whatever big bad ends up showing up. And
bull
Sky
rush.
should cut her paw open right away, leave it upon the altar, and pour the potion.
Hey, before we get going fully, can Charlie make a religion check to see what kind of beings would be held back by a line of salt like that?
You need to do a religious check. Both you and Sky would know that salt is a very common ritual component, and that it, while it can be used for almost any ritual, depending on want symbols of purity or cleanliness, you personally would know that it can also be used to hold back or to at least help in a ritual for restraining or controlling dark energies.
Okay, did you say I didn't have to do the check?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that then. Go ahead and roll it. If you suck, forget what I said.
Counter you said could become impossible. I guess you'll have to forget.
Yeah, forget everything I said.
The album, why would people waste salt like that?
I make a note to collect the salt later. Mental note.
I would know this too, by the way.
Would you?
Would you?
Voodoo sorcerer.
Guys, just look at all this salt. We can sell it.
Yes,
Pump it all up.
Salt at a
jar.
premium in Mageia.
I went to college, unlike most of you.
Went to clown school.
Durgan, my character is literally
Spider
4.
college.
Literally what?
I
He's
said
4
most.
years old.
Your can opener. Get over it.
I said most, with the exception of the expertly designed middleman behind me.
I was tutored by noble freaking.
So
Cassius just waves his hand.
we are going to call it there for the night. But just as an aside, how fucking cool is the cave tile set? Honestly,
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
love it.
cool.
Look at it.
I thought for
Pretty
a second we
cool.
almost stepped into like a Diablo-like thing where where you go from like the cathedral or the building and straight into hell. I was like, oh shit.
Like, look at these walls. Like,
Calling it here.
Yeah.
What's that nonsense? Come
I
on.
love
come
it.
on, wax
Look, it's a good cliffhanger spot.
a good cliffhanger spot. Let me wax something. We can do XP and fucking whatever next week.
We'll have a quick round where we'll have a quick battle where Tala one-on-one Merrick over there.
all right, we can go a little bit further.
And there we go. Yes.
Okay, let's have Tala go one-on-one Merrick.
Yeah, we'll cheer.
So as you step into the chamber, like I said, you heard the voice sort of call out.
Let's go, Merrick.
As you enter into the chamber, pressing further, you see only one lone figure. standing in front of the altar, upon which are placed like what seem to be like 3 humans, two women, and what seems to be a younger man. 2 younger women and a younger man. One of whom you can assume is the mayor's daughter, or governor's mayor. All kind of blurs together.
Or mayor. Mariner.
The mariner, yeah, the mariner's daughter.
Yeah. Merrick, I presume.
As you sort of call out, you see the somber figure simply nod, a brief acquiescence to using the name. That would be correct. I was once Merrick.
Yeah. And do you have any regret for what you've done here?
I would doubt it if he's continuing to do it.
Only that I failed.
Well, that's nice. So tell me 3 reasons why I shouldn't smash up your corpse and burn down your manor.
Why 3 reasons? Why are you talking to this ghost?
Why is he talking? We letting him talk.
Because we're stupid and we just indulge him with stupid things.
That's all it calls out. You see Merrick simply sort of turn slightly to the right. There is nothing more for you to do. What I set out to do, what I wanted, is complete.
Oh, I get it. You needed us to open that door.
Hey, I'm not sure that's the case. My friend here has the means to stop.
Why would you?
He doesn't know which one, idiot. Why?
Why would you tell me of anything, you idiot?
I
Charge
can
forward.
hear you.
Charge forward and beat his ass like a good paladin.
It may be too late now.
You see him sort of tilt his head to the side. What you wanted.
I want
girl.
you dead.
Her friends. You can take them.
Cass is gonna step forward to free the people on the table.
I'll help with that.
I don't trust this.
Yeah, what the hell are you guys doing?
You should come with us. You're good about this sort of thing.
Look, it's alright. Cleric time. It's time for you to go to fucking bye-bye.
I need you to look at those people.
Let's let Alvin do his thing.
You can look at them outside of here.
Look at those people with your paladin vision.
Mindset doesn't work that way.
You would
You
sense
guys might want to move back a little bit.
Sense if there was some sort of otherworldly creature that is inside them.
I'm gonna move over.
Okay.
That's why I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna link in roll 20 what it does.
Yeah,
Sense
wants you to keep
presence
it
of everything. Never mind.
It would tell you if someone was possessed, right? I mean, he's kind of
Alvin, if you're gonna do something, do it now.
well, actually, you're behind total cover. I mean, does possessing someone count as total cover? I mean, I don't know. That doesn't seem like it'd be. You know what I mean?
I'll use it.
I mean,
Is there anything inside of those people over there that's evil or good? Or a fae? Or a fiend? Undead?
Pick one, right?
Actually, open your awareness to detect such forces. Another your next turn,
Oh, never mind.
any celestial, fiend, or undead.
Okay. No, you do not sense anything emanating from them.
What was the point of all this?
I say I don't sense anything in them as far as I can tell. Is this area desecrated? I'm going to assume it's desecrated. Oh, yes.
Undead in literally every corner of the house, some very powerful ones. I wonder if something's messed up about this place.
You've been to a
Well,
seafood
it's-
restaurant that like lost power and like everything went bad inside of it over the weekend, like during the summer.
It smells like that in here with
You,
divine
you,
senses open.
you open the door, like if you were to like walk into the building, like that's what it would be like.
Is that just me with the divine senses open getting hit by that?
Everyone can feel it, but you get to. This place
Cassius
doesn't
gangs a
feel.
bit.
Yeah. Cassius, reach out with your senses, like.
What do you see with your paladin eyes?
He's just.
You know what? I'm going to look at Merrick too. Let's see the wave of. Does he have anything inside of him?
He is a ghost.
Should we attack him? Should or try to cleanse him or something? This is definitely
Really?
a trap.
Yeah,
I'm slowly tempted to throw a fireball in there.
I think we should at least talk to him first.
I mean,
I'm going to stare at Merrick for a second and I'm going to just be like, there's nothing. I don't even
Merrick.
sense.
No.
I don't even sense undead coming from him.
Let me attempt to reason with him.
Is he just an illusion?
Merrick, what did you hope to gain from all this? You damned everyone you knew and loved, and
I don't think he loved anyone.
I did what I had to do.
and did you have to do this?
I did.
are you
Well,
ready to
well,
pass on? Are you done?
I have already accomplished what I needed to do.
He can't be a ghost then. If he's accomplished what he needed to do, he would be gone.
Exactly. So why do you show up in the middle of the night then?
There's something really off.
I forget, are there little grates on the thing, like on the graphic for it?
Yeah, why not?
Cassius, Albert, escort Sky to the altar so she can do what must be done.
Is that a trap too?
Do you believe it's a trap, or do you believe in the notes?
The notes written by the evil people for what they want us to do?
The notes realized that written by people who realized they summoned something. What did you summon?
Just go.
I'm sure you have spoken to the others. I have summoned my god back into the world.
Yes, you're God. Your
Oh,
God is a
shit.
fucking demon and nothing else. A lesser being. No.
Where is it?
Lesser being, a tower's over us still.
I've got the name of one of those lesser beings right here.
Say it. Say it or no balls.
Oh, God.
And I will say it.
God damn.
No, you gotta say it in the voice, John. No balls.
Say it or no balls. Ooh.
No, in the creepy voice.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
In the super tense moment.
Yeah.
Say it or no balls.
Or no balls. No balls.
Just echoes.
That means I have to take my pants off again.
It's like,
I don't. Can I make an insight check or something about this? See if I have any inclination as to whether or not this might be a trap.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Or fail.
Can I inspire him for it?
That's it.
It's true. Tal has no balls.
No, his insight's telling him there's no balls.
No, from your insight check, Sky, you can tell that he's completely earnest. He did what he had to do in order to summon his god. And it would seem that he's done it.
You fail if you did what you had to do.
I'm sorry, wait, can you say it again?
How did you fail if you did what you had to do?
Did he say something about failing?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he failed.
He opened up the conversation with that.
His only regret is that he failed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, the first time. My bad. Yeah, the first time.
What need these people for?
To that, he sort of, like... Alright, well, hold on a second. Like, just for me, personally, like the people as, like, in general, or, like, the people?
The people on the dais. If he didn't need them, then if it's like he didn't need to sacrifice them or anything, why were they here?
They were my second chance.
Albin and Cesar escort side to the altar so we do what needs to be done.
I think it's too late.
Here, let me real quick here. Hey, Dipster.
Yeah?
On roll 20, can you give me a wisdom saving throw to GM?
Check that. And thankfully it's, thankfully I have proficiency in wisdom saving throws. And you know what? I'll cash in that inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, 20.
Alright, so I'm just going to say that you feel everything sort of like swim around you for a second. Like the air becomes like swimmy, but for like just a moment, and it's gone.
Okay. I know the answer's probably no, but is like, can I discern anything around me out of the ordinary, like visually?
Technically, it doesn't say you know anything happens if you fail. Or if you
Okay,
pass.
okay.
But, yeah. I said to borrow you for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them written down.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Sky. What were you last asking him?
Last thing I asked him is why the hell he needed the people.
And they were a second chance. I'm gonna stop doing the ghosty part because it hurts my voice.
And I was just going to say, I was saying, oh, it may be too late to perform that counter ritual. But if it's too late, it won't hurt anything to try it.
Do it up. Let's be done with this.
So as you sort of like approach it, you can see like Merrick's eyes are sort of like locked on you, Sky. So sort of like following as you cross, like move across the room.
Albin, Cesar, Protector.
So he's going to take out the potion.
But so as you sort of like step forward, you see Merrick sort of like stop, like motion towards like the three younger people. You should take them and go. Do you do anything in response?
I'm going to pour the potion on the altar.
Okay,
Wait,
so no. You're just going to continue with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we save these people first?
So as you sort of like take out the bottle, you'll see Merrick sort of nod. That's a shame.
And just something.
You feel silence descend upon the floor. And then a voice, low and guttural, from in front of you, Sky. I've already won. And that's where we're going to have to call it for the night.
There you go. That's a stinger.
That's a bit better.
Got the
Can't
old
wait
rope.
for someone to die because I made the wrong decision.
We all die.
Just look at there's a bunch of campfires.
As
like, on
is
the roof.
tradition.
If we all die, what's your new character name going to be?
Oh, Rev.
You already
Alrighty.
used that one.
Yeah, you know.
Doesn't matter.
It
As
does.
far as I'm concerned, he survived those events.
You didn't die in the other events.
Yeah, you're
You
still in
usually
the
give it
tower
away.
polishing a gargoyle.
You're polishing your gargoyle in the tower. What are you talking about?
Exactly. So he can return to continue.
It's in a different universe.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel like you literally playing the same exact character in 2 games at the same time.
Nope, you have to come up with something new.
And it can't be hard.
Let's allow it, but then if he dies in one campaign, he dies in both.
Oh yeah, the
And
one time I
this
tried
is
to run
not
CT's fight pit, the bullpen, you got called in on a random roll from a table of enemies, and you got 1 shot.
Well, that's not good. But
You-
anyway,
Forget the level.
Yeah, I did forget to level him.
Well, no, he forgot the level.
and this is not a dig at Dibia because he's running a good campaign from all I can tell. I'm
So
unlikely
instead,
to
let's make a
return
dig
to
at
it.
Yilthus because he's running a bad one. Oh.
Not digging at Yilpis either. Even though he's running an absolutely terrible campaign. I mean, my
Nuts.
God, who would run a campaign this
I have one question.
bad about himself?
The question, the voice that came to the stone, that was the same as the voice that was coming from Merrick, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to let me put this piece of dirt in.
It's like, what were you trying to say a second ago, Durgan? Like, all I remember you saying was, like, not a dig at Dibia, and then not a dig at Ilthus. What?
That was a joke because I went on to say that John's running a terrible campaign. Why would anyone run a campaign this way? Which is obviously a joke because he's doing a good job.
What is this clipping into?
But
I'm assuming
I
you're en route to the impossible variant of this, right?
I'm sorry?
Assuming you're en route to the impossible variant of this, right?
Oh, like, have you moved into, like, the hardcore version of this?
Yeah.
No.
Tell you, we didn't waste too much time
Now,
upstairs.
well, here, hold on a second. Let me, like, sorry. Like, have things become more difficult than they could have been due to reasons? Yes.
All right. Well, sometimes doing the right thing isn't the easy thing.
Yeah, but
And,
also it's not literally rocks fall and everyone dies like the last time.
What happened last time?
You know, touch only the lamp. Yank staff out of the ground.
Oh.
I'm assuming that the ghost means that we're about to summon something that we're gonna have to.
I'm assuming it means that his It's not a ghost anymore.
Yes,
Yeah, remember
but
CT said he didn't sense any celestials.
I think that
undead,
was a
or-
projection. I think Merrick is actually part of the house, or is the house now.
Man, okay, so I changed the darkness a little bit, put in some isolated red. What do you think of that altar, by the way, Dibby? It's a little bland, but
It
It's
looks
functional.
cool enough.
playing around with like clipping coffins together, and
Yeah,
it
I
gave
could
that neat
certainly
little
tell
like
by those two bits like poking out from the center, but
it kind of gave that neat like grate effect in the middle,
yeah,
which is actually
actually,
pretty cool.
I was gonna ask, is that an actual is that a regular tile that just has the grates, or?
They merged together real nicely for like just out of nowhere.
I have one question and one comment.
Okay.
Can I
Yes.
prepare something to?
No.
I enjoy Dib's campaign, and I regret not being able to join in on the rest of it.
Yeah, if you ever come back, like I won't like give you any loot and stuff, but like I'll just let you level up the same way they would have, you know?
Which is fine, but I told you originally that it's just I really couldn't commit to it, which sucks. But I've been getting up at like 5 in the fucking morning.
No, we don't hold it against you not being there.
Yeah.
You were just an enemy in a fight pit.
We just replaced you with somebody better.
That's not what but that's not what I mean. I enjoyed Dib's fucking DM style. He was doing good with it, and I wish I could do more of it. But it was like, if I'm staying up until midnight and getting up at 5 on Tuesday, it's fucking difficult. Especially considering I'm riding my fucking bike to work instead of driving most times.
I get you, Durgan, and all I'm getting at is just like if situation changes and you want to come back, you're free to anytime, you know?
Yep. But I mean, there's really not any other better day because I mean, it's
Go
either
back or no
Friday or
ball.
Saturday. Friday has been reserved for someone else at this point.
And CT can't join on Friday.
Yeah, neither
Which
can
I know.
Ilthus. I think Ilthus has a D&D thing on Friday, don't you?
No, I don't do anything on Fridays.
Oh.
Right? No. Yeah. I don't do anything on Friday. Yeah, it's my blessed day off from not doing D&D. Saturday is you guys. Sunday is my Mad Mage group. Monday is
At
Dibia.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that
Tuesday is
5
my
to
night.
20 campaign.
So it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are D&D nights for me.
So do you guys? I don't know. Do you guys want like an overarching story that we start like a campaign, like kind of like a Strahd type thing?
I think Milton's has tried that before, but nobody picks up on the plot hooks.
Yeah. I thought.
Oh yeah, that was
Hey,
that big underwater thing. Can we go back to that?
hey, let's rewind for a second. I've been asking for a while for some assistance with translating some mysteries from previous adventures.
We were gonna go to the blacksmith guy in the crazy mountains, and then
Yeah, before you go too far into that, Durgan, it's just like we had a talk the other night about that.
Or John tried to set up a whole epic adventure under the sea for us, and we just all completely missed the plot. Like
We
completely.
were all new to it. I was new to it. I mean, it's some things were like more obvious than others.
We could
break
reuse
the
that.
altar.
Let's go back.
Yes, I remember.
You do realize that we could still go back to that. It's just that we have some other things to take care of in the meantime.
What?
Which I've talked to both Divya and Sky about this. I've asked them both if they would be willing to help me with something that's been bothering me, and that's actually the events that I experienced previously.
What's that have to do with going north?
It has absolutely nothing to do with going north, but I need someone that's good with researching, which would be Sky, obviously. I need someone that could help me with esoteric knowledge, which would be Dibia.
Pretty sure we're going north.
But we're going north either way. And it doesn't matter because when we escaped the fucking sea and we were looking for that crab, we were still talking about going north for that blacksmith because we found those special materials to make some armor for Albin and Cesar.
That's our epic campaign, is to go north. We'll just go north until we can't go north anymore.
Yeah, we'll be just like Stibbles the gnome.
It's nothing but ice and water at that point. That's still, in the same realm as the fish people.
And then once we finish going north, we can go south.
Exactly.
Because, fucking Runesmith's character Stibbles, I love him describing that character. It's just like one day, like his entire life goes to shit, and his like everyone he knows dies, and his wife dies, and it's just like he's gonna go north, and he's just gonna keep going north, and along the way he meets a druid who's just like, hey man, you want some druidism? And he just becomes a druid of the shepherd, and then writes a book.
That's half of Morbo's character backstory. His wife's missing, right? I wasn't there when he introduced it.
Oh yeah, his wife went missing. He doesn't really have any clues. I don't even remember if we established a way that he knew she, got taken to Black Claw Mountain.
Honestly, it only seems like he brings it up when he's trying to pick a fight with somebody.
You want to go, bro? You want to fight a guy whose wife is missing? Huh?
Like those. He got kind of belligerent with those cultists and that dwarf. I'm pretty sure he just wanted to kill him a little.
He's kind of like halfling Harrison Ford. Where's my family? Give me back my family.
Liam Neeson? Or you actually mean Harrison Ford?
No,
Or not Liam Neeson either. Is Liam Neeson? Who is it from Taken?
Yeah, it's Liam Neeson, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I meant to say Harrison Ford. It's a bit from Family Guy.
Old people, old actor star, same thing.
Harrison Ford running down the street shaking people saying he wants his
Where's
family
my
back.
family?
That frog with its feet tucked in, stuck on the glass, looks weird.
Right? I love it though.
Thought it was like a
So,
weird trilobite kind of deal at first.
After we get out of here and after we
If
somewhere to relax for,
we're still clearly in if territory.
Yeah.
yes, big if.
So shit's
Assume we
hurt
all
also.
survive and we get somewhere safe. Will Sky and Dibs help me out with my project?
Okay. Like, really, Durgan? That would come down to, like, asking Ilthus about something, because it's just like, remember, I said we had that conversation the other day about the stuff you guys did before me or Narissa joined the party. And, I got the feeling of, like, does, like, where am I trying to go with this? It's like,
We're done with that.
or it's like, so 2 years later, like, how much work would you want to ask Ilthus to put back into trying to recreate where he was going with that,
I don't really mind. I just want to love you guys. Be together, except Marissa. I hate that guy. He's a fucking dickhead.
I'm assuming that John is still has an overarching plot for all of this.
Nah.
And it somehow ties back to what we started with.
Nah.
Because that was never resolved.
No, he's just got his little GM screen, just was written behind it, just a little note that says "sexy goblin."
because all I have otherwise is what I've been sending back to the order and what I remember. And again,
What order?
following
What's the
John's
name of the order?
advice, the Cult of Illustri.
Is it an order or a cult?
Order
Either
cult.
or.
Yes.
It's a cult because it's not a mainstream religion.
What does it believe?
It believes
Any
in worshiping
spiders.
the goddess.
Yeah, but what does that entail?
Dancing naked under the moonlight when you actually have a full moon. Wealth is terrible. Music is great. Be kind to others.
I roll insight to see if Durgan acts anything like this he's describing. Or is Tala. Should be a pretty low DC.
I don't understand something about a lot of you, in fact.
Oh yeah, I'd probably ace that.
Yeah, Durgan's got to roll a deception check in comparison.
I'm not rolling a fucking deception check. Because as much as y'all rag on me, it's like, do I do anything in return?
Yes.
Kind of, but a lot of the ragging is just because like you're playing of like a typically vilified race. And it's just like, other than us making jokes about it, like none of the NPCs have ever held it against you.
You're literally playing a race that's almost 99.9% evil. Nobody's like kicked you out of their store. You haven't had to wait in the inn, or you haven't even been refused inns because we travel with you.
It's like a lot of like humans and shit, just like the topside races, like half of them don't know who Lolth is. They just know that the Drow are like fucking monstrous slave trading spider worshipping weirdos. And so like none of them know who Elistray is.
The fact that all Cassius does make snide remarks about you being a drow is still hilarious amounts of constraint, considering all things considered.
But yeah, you call just about everybody racist or cretins or mongoloids.
You don't really try and get along with people.
It's all joking when it's amongst my friends, but
Well,
when
yeah, and that's
it's
why
no.
like none of us actually
Well, we
attack you. We just make passive aggressive jabs every now and then.
But you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're all joking.
When it's amongst
Joking.
friends, joking. But when I meet someone like the mayor of the town where we met all the bullets, right? I was very diplomatic. I offered up
I don't believe it.
wine, for example.
You don't have to make another insight check, Giltis.
And it actually helped us out.
Right, well, how would you reflect on how you were talking to Merrick just now?
Merrick is something different. I don't think it's fair to compare Merrick to the mayor of the fucking town where we met all the bullets at. Keep in mind, the town where we defeated the bullets, I suggested all of us stick around. And everyone disagreed with this plan, actually. But instead,
The
we
only
stuck around,
characters
we went to the
that were involved with the
parade.
bullets. Like, you've essentially just met everybody except for Albin and now Charlie.
I was only
Charlie
there for the
showed-
last big one.
Exactly. Everyone else was in disagreement with me, with us sticking around. But
Nobody
I
else
suggested
knows
we
that,
stick
though,
around.
except for Albin.
It doesn't matter.
Just all everybody I knew died.
Exactly, because they died at the fucking fort, but that's much later. at the town with
Not
the bullets.
that much later. It was like
Everyone
a
else
week later.
But that doesn't involve most of you.
So we
I
exactly
digress.
we wouldn't have any background knowing you're diplomatic. We'd only have how you act to the party. So literally, the only one that knows you've ever been slightly diplomatic towards people is Albin.
I prefer.
It's only if Alvin was paying attention.
I give you back slaps every once in a while. I don't care if you talk to him. Unless you're going off topic, which you kind of do sometimes.
I do sometimes, but most times it's focused.
Yeah, but like the thing with Merrick as an example, like just going back to him, like I don't know, like were you trying to start a fight with him? Like were you just gonna like just keep interrupting him when he was gonna talk, or like if you, or
It was obvious at this point that Merrick was up to no good, and honestly,
yes.
I was trying to
Gonna cause some trouble in the neighborhood.
want to make him confess to what he was doing.
Okay. Or like, okay, well, how about like when you just like keep fishing it for Cassius for like worshiping like a false god and
Because Cassius keeps imputing my honor, but he himself enacts in such a way that is unhonorable
like what?
in certain views.
Now keep in
Like
mind,
what?
That he's,
From a certain point of view.
I mean that.
Jedi are evil.
I mean
The
that he
Torn
is
worshippers are evil.
thin-skinned. If someone was truly honorable, they would not be thin-skinned. Does that make sense?
What?
doesn't have, he's not being based on being honorable either. He's but also like the honorable thing to do is to not accept an insult either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you impugn his honor, if he was being honorable, then he would have to challenge you and everything.
Yeah, it's also like.
I
Okay, Durgan, let me
disagree.
lay something out for you here. One of the tenets of Cassius's oath is douse the flame of hope.
But I disagree with that. I disagree with letting someone talk you into that. Letting someone, essentially piss you off enough that you're willing to raise a hand against them.
Which is why you try and do that to Cassius at every available opportunity.
Cassius has literally never raised a hand towards you, despite how pissed off he's been with you. What's your point?
But
Cassius's whole thing is about killing the leaders of bad guys and ideally scaring the rest into submission. He wants to bring order. And
I can respect that. That's the worst part. But you keep saying that you're gonna fucking beat my ass over things I say. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I've never literally said I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah, in all honesty, the closest it's come to that really is us joking that he would beat your ass because CT wasn't there that week when you released the devil.
If he was going to kill me,
Cassius should have killed you when you released that devil.
So what about when you try to put a collar on Felku?
That was a joke.
To somebody you just met who's on one of the lesser is often regarded as a lesser race.
What about the catnip
There
joke?
it is. There it fucking is, right there.
You're literally used as slaves by dragons and other big bad guys.
We don't care about like how you play your character, but like, I mean, you can't like they're just sort of basing on like what you do.
Like your character is what? Chaotic good? But you literally I don't even know how you get the good justification, because half the time you're the one who starts a fight with anything we've done. We try to come up with a plan, you scream into the cave. Freaking
It's like
you wouldn't have been around for that.
If we're talking about the ogres, I screamed into the cave, and then it was obvious what came out, and they scratched their head and said, "What the hell is this?" Albin threw a flame at them.
But no, this is. I mean,
instead of trying to talk to the things we thought were cultists, you just immediately shot them.
At this point, being that we've heard of Bardock, that we have been through a place where it's obviously cursed and that you can detect no good about it.
Can't believe we killed Goku's dad.
Was that not a reasonable response?
Frieza!
And what if they were fucking cultists in robes pretending to be scarecrows? I think that was a reasonable response.
What if they were what if they were the captives dressed up as cultists?
Yeah,
Literally,
trying
the only way they were described at all was that they were robed figures.
Sorry, is this the fucking Dark Knight?
I don't know, man. It's a book. Oh yeah, this I don't know. I don't even remember what we were talking about at the start of this. This doesn't have to be a round table thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like that thing we were saying earlier, like the no balls thing, where it's like I click a voice channel. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, eh.
It's
But yeah, I don't
much
know. It doesn't need to be this round table. But oh my god, I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you guys next weekend.
Look, I'm just saying. You're trying to piss the shit out of some people, that's different. That's what you do, the dudes you know. And I think Tal would know that. But given how he reacts to other people, I think someone would be able to pick up that he's obviously got good intention.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But just as a toss back to what you said earlier about like imputing his honor by him getting angry about it, if you're gonna try to make people angry, no one has to like it when you then get angry at them for being angry.
And I think that's fair, but
like Cassius should have challenged you. He's a noble, and you're insulting him. I probably should have just had you killed
Now,
for
of
imputing his
course,
honor so many times.
obviously, we love playing with you.
Playing devil's advocate that Cassius, being a good person, wouldn't do something like that.
Cassius isn't a good person.
Barely a person.
I mean,
Cassius
could rationalize it, CT, to saying that Tala is beneath you.
I mean, maybe in a
Cassius
sense
is trying to make the world a better place as he sees it. And he
But
thinks
so is-
he's being a good person.
Cassius
So does
is
Merrick,
lawful
though.
neutral.
Well, if that's the case, then, and this is bad for me, but he should have probably tried to kill me by now.
Merrick also views himself as lawful good.
like,
so-
Cassius is trying not to kill you because he is trying to be a good person.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not. We're,
Yes, your alignment. I understand that completely.
yeah, I don't know. Let's. It's one of those things. We'll bring it up as an example in the moment. Like just trying to like remember, like half remember it isn't really gonna do anything good. Obviously, we love playing with you, Turkey Burkey. You're our favorite person to be around.
Don't worry, it's a temporary thing with Ilthus picking on Narissa. You're still his favorite. But seriously, Durgan, we're gonna rag and be weird about Tala every now and then because you still do stuff like, "How dare you impugn my honor? Now help me load this couch onto the cart."
It's pretty good.
There's one more barrel full of belt buckles we haven't taken yet.
I'm pretty glad I got all three chests down on the first floor.
Enjoy your maybe 15 gold for any of that.
But that's 15 gold per chest more than we have.
You're cleaning it off.
Cassius would probably be more willing to help you if you were one, respectful towards him in any way at any point during the entire time we've adventured together.
I'm gonna be right
And
back.
two, if this is in the middle of the quest where we have to go find the evil and kill it, and as we've just found out from John, we're on a timer. We failed the timer.
I don't think we failed the timer.
I think this would have happened regardless, actually.
Yes. I was about to say
It's like
that
whether it was
because-
timer or something we actually did, he did say that it's going to be a little harder than it otherwise would have.
Yeah, I think it's because we've decided not to just take the people and leave.
Yeah,
Like,
people are
it
gonna
was
have
the bad guy saying he was going to just let us go. He already got what he wanted.
Yeah, but in all honesty, fuck him. Fuck him. Like, whether he summoned his god or not, fuck him and fuck his god. Because it's just like, what nascent
I was more
god
thinking-
being summoned, like, would require
I was
the
more
torture
thinking we should
and
like get them
killing?
off the altar. We should get them off the altar and out of the room before we start laying the. Ask them to stop resisting arrest. You know.
No. What should happen is that
It's too late now. We're about to do the thing.
You should go through with the ritual, but fucking Cassius and Albin should beat the living shit out of whatever we just summoned.
Okay, probably all of us.
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
why
all of
only
us
them?
shit out of whatever was just summoned, but Sky should complete the ritual. You know what? If it comes down to it, I can pick up somebody and run out.
Ritual, we're gonna make it so we can fight it or something, right?
The only reason I was just going to go ahead and do that counter ritual, CT, is because I wasn't going to do a dang thing he says.
Also, I was in such a rush because my character, who only usually receives visions from the diva that talks to him in dreams, came and talked to him while we were away.
There's some shit down there.
I'm
To probably do.
I'm not positive about that, mainly because of the wisdom save I had to make, and I don't know what that was about. I passed it, but I don't know what.
You didn't even ask me to make a save. I just got her voice directly told me some things. That's why I was in such a rush.
So
All right,
the voice from the heavens came and told Cassius, "Hey, bad shit's going on down there."
Hey, it's me, your god.
New phone, who dis?
Eating a pizza, fork and knife's pretty chill.
Hey, I just realized I left this chat window open in private.
I know this must be somebody impersonating my god, man. If you're saying fork and knives or eating pizza is chill, it's heresy.
Whatever.
You know what? Actually, you know what? The person at one of my when I bought pizza for everybody, there was one of my, I don't know, what do you call them? Minions, employees, underling. Anyways, underling.
You go perfect.
I call them minions.
They were eating the pizza with a fork and knife. I just stared at them. I was like, "What are you doing?"
You're like, this guy's getting a promotion.
This guy is getting fired.
Make me sick.
You disgust me.
I digress. I think we're on the right track because we should have summoned whatever being that is into this world and defeated it. Then just picked up everyone.
Yeah, the reason I just went ahead and started doing the riches, I wasn't about to do anything the guy told me.
Absolutely unrelated, but I got
guys,
3 people watching Stargate yesterday. I'm happy about that.
What?
You guys should watch the trailer I posted. It's pretty good.
No, we watched the movie together, but I got them to start watching the series on their own.
Tell him to stop with the SG1.
No. Durgan told them to watch Atlantis, not SG1.
I told them to watch SG1, but nothing else. If anything else comes to that, we'll see.
What do you mean?
Durgan,
No.
Durgan told them to watch Stargate Universe, not Stargate anything else.
There you go. That's the good stuff.
CT, what does that mean? Warhammer 40k, the new edition.
Well, there's a new version of the game come out, but the trailer doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
The trailer has nothing to do with the actual models. It's just pretty cool, actually.
Gilliman woke up from his long slumber, decided to start working with the Eldar, which is, by the way, a good thing, objectively. Saw the universe was cut in half since he was sleeping and is going at it. Meanwhile, the Tyranids are consuming chaos for the first time, which is a good thing. And the Necrons are actually working with the forces of the Imperium. And
Well, watch the trailer and you'll see.
which
Maybe
the best thing I
guardsmen
could-
will finally get something other than las
In the
guns.
darkness between the stars, the weak and the
Yeah, they're gonna get Jakiros.
find no deliverance.
The planet broke before Acadia fell.
I'm still just seeing las guns, so yeah, they're still fucked.
We are raised to believe.
Oh yeah, they're expendable.
They're still fucked, but they're still fighting. And they're not super soldiers, but they're still beating
And so
ass
we are
left and right.
charged to cleanse the mutant, the heretic, the alien. We must not falter. We are his sword. We are his wrath. Even in the face of death, we shall not submit. Suffering is our prayer. Faith is our armor. In battle, he offers us redemption. And for those who prove worthy, the Emperor sends forth his angels.
I think we'll be able to stop whatever we're about to face stuff.
Our Imperium is besieged.
I think it's about 50-50.
Across 1,000 worlds, we fight for our survival.
Depend on the
Those that would
rules.
tear humanity down are legion. Our forces are few.
LCT.
Our enemies.
You know what they should have done though?
There is
What?
no respite.
Should have got the guy who did Astartes to do it.
There is no mercy.
Oh, it's some good CGI from the Stardies guy.
Our
I can only imagine how much long we've been spending on time they spent on this one.
The Astartes guy knew about shit from, like, Generation 1 beforehand. He did a real good job.
The guy with the blue armor and the red helmet looks like some fucking weird bionicle motherfucker like that.
The galaxy burns.
Actually based on
Yet
Bionicles.
still we stand.
No.
The last against the terror. And while we draw breath, we
They're actually
fight.
on World Star.
For in this new dark age,
That last one,
Wolf.
when the fucking engineer got possessed,
there
that was
is only war.
fan-fucking.
Are you kidding me? Astartes has been so fucking good.
Know everything about it. I mean, if this is a guy's life fucking project, more power to him.
I've still not actually watched Astartes from the beginning. It's just like I watched like the latest thing that y'all linked of it in general.
Ooh, blam blam.
It's like, so I mean, I could kind of tell some stuff that was happening, but not anything that any of it meant. It's like that tech priest is acting weird, and now he's dead.
See, did I post that?
Yes,
Did I-
you did. I know exactly what you're talking about. CT, do you remember what he was about to say? Come on, it was the edit of that scene that I was just talking about.
The uwu?
Yeah.
I faintly heard huggy wuggy, and then it was uwu, and then blam.
then gunshots, as it should be. Now I gotta find it in here. Oh, what'd you guys think of that Yoda video? I loved that Yoda video. Is that you saying you're leaving?
Sorry, what Yoda video? I was yawning in the middle of that. I apologize.
Here you go. Uploading now.
This is fucking late for me. Please understand that.
Rockin' and rollin' down to the beach.
And there's the other one.
But the seagulls poke at my head, not fun. I said seagulls.
Yes, I've seen that.
Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach. Said seagulls gonna
It
come.
was of the same quality as any Weird Al video.
Alright guys, I'm gonna jump out. Some other people want me to do some other stuff, so I'll catch you guys later.
See you, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
Bye, Jimmy.
you be here next week. Don't be a day.
Tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing. And then got hit in the neck.
What all is this, John?
This is
The Yoda
hilarious.
video.
No, I've seen this. It's fucking good.
Hit the head of the hacky sack. Where'd it come from?
I love that video.
The all spoke in my head.
For me, it's like the line, when I tried to run, I fell.
Kids started laughing at me. Then I got hit in the head with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from?
For the inspiration for Charlie getting mobbed